Hello everyone, welcome to our Assassin's Creed Origins playthrough. This is episode 13, and today we are going to be seeing what this Layla button is about. As you guys know, I said a few episodes ago that I would do this, and then I totally spaced. So we're going to do this before we explore the Lost Crypt. I have a feeling it'll just send us back to the real world for a little while. But, we'll see. Only time will tell. Alright, give me a few seconds. Alright, and let's get into it. Yeah, so it looks like we're just gonna quit the Animus, go to the real world. Interesting. Yep, I wonder if we'll have like any talking or something. Or if it's just we got up and now it's exploration time. Alright, so it looks like it's just exploration. Faded hieroglyphs. Down here we have light.
Come forth by day, and I will guide you home.
Who are you talking to?
Bayek's mummy.
Real chatterbox, that one.
Wait, oh, they unearthed. Okay. I guess because he's a Medya, he gets a sarcophagus. I think there's a wall there. Wonder how he wound up here. Interesting. Alright, well, since we're here, we might as well read some of the files from the computer.
No more painkillers left.
Out of painkillers. Let's see. I'm gonna try to read as many files as possible. Alright, so we have this, and then I don't know who this is, but we have the gone files. We have mail, pictures, audio, WER. Let's do that one first. Alright, so WER, sticky post. Got a story that sounds like fiction, but that's actually science. Post it. There are minds to be blown and brains to be fed. Play nice or I'll get you banned for starters. Alright. The Voynich manuscript. Another fake so-called Voynich manuscript popped up at auction last week in Athens, Greece. It's the third time in the past 10 years. Funny how this manuscript keeps appearing in history books only to be stolen shortly after. And for what? Flower sketches and esoteric formulas? Rumor has it even Abstergo has a major interest in the item, but you didn't hear that from me. Wonder who Abstergo is. I assume it's a company of some kind. I mean, we heard, I guess she's working for this company? I don't know. Alright. Crystal balls do exist. They're just shaped like computers. Clio Dynamics is right off from Asimov's psychohistory. Sorry for butchering those names. Forward-thinking scientists are using historical data from the past to build mathematical models that help them predict the future. So far, they're pretty accurate. Problem is, the future ain't pretty. Would you trust your rig to tell you what's coming? Is tomorrow really only a string of numbers? Alright. For DIY pinball. At Susie Patootie challenges the users of Whir/Mindblown to a contest for the best do-it-yourself pinball machine ever built. Entries must be submitted before June 18th, 2017 with a link showing the machines in action. If there aren't any sound or light effects, don't even bother submitting. Hashtag maker's gonna make, hashtag get tinkered. Why with all the hashtags? It doesn't make any sense. Number 5, Community Manager AMA. Hi, I'm Layla Hassan, and I'll be hosting AMA on July 7th, 2017. So AMA about Whir/Mindblown, life hacks, keyboard pimping, cutting edge technologies, Zetetics, classic rock, and my travels. Be warned though, I won't be answering anything pertaining to Abstergo Industries. Abstergo Industries. So I guess it is a company of some kind. I enjoy using the word no, so make an effort and ask something that won't bore me. Interesting. Final one of were. 6. Gladstone Kittredge Esquire. Ground-penetrating radars are used to explore what might be hidden under ancient monuments. Cavities were detected under the Sphinx Pause some 20 years ago. Most are natural caves, but some have yet to be investigated. Could one of them be the mythical Hall of Records, a lost library much like the Lost Library of Alexandria? The idea is not new. Gladstone Kittredge Esquire went on famous digs trying to uncover the lost knowledge in the 19th century. Is that a name? I'm not quite sure. Audio. Let's see what's here. Oh, it's a lot. So long, suckers.
So long, and thanks for all the fish, Berkeley. March 21st, 2006. The day Layla Hassan drops out of college. That's right, Professor Moore. I'm not finishing that Jane Eyre paper. I got a job, and I'm headed to Philly next week. This whole classroom thing, it's not for me. Mom and Dad are freaking out, but they'll accept it. I'll be working towards something real, making real money, and I'll be closer to home. Not that I'll visit any more often. Sophia promised there'd always be a place for me at Abstergo, as long as I show them what I can do with a circuit board and a pair of pliers. Sure, I'll have to work my way up to a place on her special project, but that doesn't matter. It won't be long before she or her father, Mr. Alan Ricken, notices what I'm capable of and asks for my help on the Animus.
Alright, interesting.
I swear, I get more done reading the latest copy of Wired on the toilet than the rest of the guys do all day in the lab. I mean, the body band? Really? If people can't take a walk on their own, they aren't going to listen to a watch that tells them to do it either. This is all so pointless. I should just go back to... Wait. That's probably what the body band would tell me to do. What I should do is build something that will simultaneously blow people's minds and the doors off the Animus Project. Nothing at Abstergo Fitness is going to be big enough for that. I'm bored as hell. But there's nothing like boredom to stimulate creativity. Yep. I think the body band needs a little adjustment to its language processing program.
Okay.
The right decision always feels like home. My stuff's the same. My locker smells the same. It's like I never left. But I did. And I can never unlearn what I know now. How will it change my work at the Historical Research Division? Hard to say. All I know is that it will. Our Dom booked us a lunch. Nothing fancy. She wanted me to meet Deanna Geary, my new medical officer. She looks like she was born in the middle of a cornfield, but she seems okay. I can't believe she left homemade cookies on my desk. I don't know why I told her about getting stood up last weekend. I never talk about personal stuff at work. At least it seems like I can trust her. You need that to stay alive in the field. Too bad most of Abstergo's tactical units don't consider trust a priority.
Interesting. Abstergo doesn't seem very fun.
Aho, the portable Animus. No mention in the official credits, but all those emails, all those middle-of-the-night phone calls from Madrid, there's a lot of me in there. Sophia, if I'd known you just wanted to strip mine my brain and leave me in the dark, I never would have followed you. Go away! There's no candy here! Nothing in life is ever free. Ever. The Animus. I can tell. I know it wouldn't have worked without my advice. Just look how they did the heat sink, the VRMs, the high amperage rating by transistor. It was me who told them it would offset failure of the... What's this? Hello there, DNA reader module. Are you ringing my doorbell? Maybe there's some candy here after all.
That seems a little sinister.
I've come to the conclusion that Sophia is shit at hiring staff. The entire Madrid facility. Ugh. How do they not see it? It would be so easy. You just have to parse the genetic memory input and work from smaller data pools. You could even process incomplete samples and still create a reliable model for high levels of synchronization. The reader module and the decryption software would need an update, but it's doable. Madrid's probably congratulating themselves just for getting this far. Meanwhile, I'm partying with some congealed veggie curry, 3 plasma screens, a disassembled Animus, and Raw Victoria's debut album on loop. It's hectic. Dee will be mad when she sees how I use Milton's DNA, but what did she expect when she asked me for help? I needed someone's genetic profile to test the Animus, and, well, his was right there. All in the name of science.
Well, that's interesting.
I like morning briefings. They're short, minimal nonsense, and they have free coffee. No downtime this week. They're putting me and Dee on a plane to Alexandria 2 days from now. I don't get why Hathaway's in such a rush. We're being deployed to extract an artifact. If it were a person of interest, the push would make more sense. A person could be halfway across the world in a couple of hours. But an artifact that's been sitting around for 2,000 years, it's not going anywhere. An artifact of high interest. Heard that before. It always ends up being some crappy pottery shard or half an old book. My Animus runs on DNA, not tableware. It'll be strange visiting Egypt for the first time since 2013. Back then I went looking for my roots and found trouble instead. It's good that Dee's coming. She always keeps me from doing anything too stupid. Turns out the artifact of high interest is also a person of interest. A mummy. And a golden opportunity. I've informed Dee of some changes I'm making to our assignment parameters. She acted mad, but I know she's eager to see my Animus field tested. Abstergo won't mind. Well, they would if they found out, but they won't. Hathaway's intel was a disaster. They have no idea what's going on with this extraction. Field tech is fun and all, but that's not why I left Berkeley. If the Animus lets me ride DNA this old, if the reader can model the missing codons and extrapolate the genetic memories that aren't mine, Sophia would lose her Abstergo. Abstergo will come to me on their hands and knees. My name will be right up there with Warren Vidick's. Too bad the Madrid facility got blown up. But I bet they'll build a new one soon. This one will be in Philly, and its lead engineer will be Layla Hassan.
So Bayek died in the Qatar Depression, which reinforces my opinion that it's the last place we'll go. We'll read all of the Gone files. I wonder how she got his DNA from the from inside the mummy. So let's see all these pictures. New York City, 1989. Riding my bike in Queens without my training wheels. New York City, 1994. Up to no good. New York City, 2000. Backstage at Raw Victoria concert, Madison Square Garden, 2000. Berkeley, California, 2004. Best use of Berkeley's dorm. Philadelphia, 2011. Call of Adventure, CNX. See you later, Philly, 2011. Philadelphia, 2017. My entry for the do-it-yourself pinball contest. Philadelphia, 2017. Hi, I'm Layla. Ask me anything. Alright, so those are the pictures. Now we have mail. From Layla Hassan to Sophia Ricken. Subject, you're looking at it the wrong way. Morning, Sophia. Spent the whole night looking at sketches you sent me and you're looking at it the wrong way. If you really are thinking about a robotic arm for the Animus Array, I assume, I'm going to butcher that, as usual, then my only advice is this, mark my words, inverted 6-axis motion rig. You want to be able to give the subject some leeway, some sense of freedom, and yet allow the core of the machine to stay connected no matter what kind of crazy gymnastics your subject is performing. So make sure the hydraulic actuators are top-notch, nothing under 6000 ISP. You'll know just by listening to them. If they sound like a Agreem on the last night of his bachelor bender, change 'em. They aren't worth your time, and they'll only obstruct your subject's movement. L. I assume that's Layla. Alright, hold on. Wow, that's a lot. So I'm gonna probably go through this from time to time. Let's do the Gone Files intro. Gone Files, what the hell, Abstergo? Over the years, I've seen my fair share of crazy bleep at Abstergo. Broken promises, backstabbing, and obscure HR procedures, false pretense, you see that in every corporation. But people, all key players, leaving or disappearing, or dying in mysterious circumstances, it's right out of a conspiracy theory movie. Sometimes there's not a word from higher management, just like that person was never here in the first place. At other times, we get a lame arse excuse that smells of BS. When I think about the people that left, when I think about how Abstergo dealt with their departure, something just doesn't add up. I knew some of them. They weren't the kind of people who just quit to accept a job next door for a salary bump. I'm missing something. What is it? What really happened to those people? Did their disappearance have more meaning than management would like us to believe? Abstergo, if I could open you with a 2x4 screwdriver to find out what's behind that nice and shiny facade of yours. I asked Letitia England about it once. I made a vague reference to Subject 17, and she sharply answered to keep to my stuff and stay out of it. Those are the exact magical words you don't want to have with me. Just ask my dad. I have a feeling she did some separate searching. So why is there this green thingy? Alright, I assume that's power. This is weather. What's this? I'm gonna close and see. The trash can. So let's see what's in there. Trash can email from Sophia Ricken to Layla Hassan. Layla, there are no nice ways to put this, so I'll be honest. We met years ago. I remember seeing you from the first time crossing McLaughlin Hall at Berkeley and thinking just how you would thrive in Abstergo's Young Innovators program. And then I watched you make the jump into the great unknown. But the fact is, even after all the insight you've given us, I'm still not sure I can place my trust in you to be part of the Animus project here in Madrid. How many sanctions were added to your operation file after I asked you to respect the boundaries of your assignments? Too many, Layla, too many. You have a brilliant mind, but you are also unpredictable. I cannot afford to have a loose cannon in the lab, putting the team's progress at risk. It's hard enough to handle the subjects as it is. I wish you would put your spirit to greater use, that I could give you a task and know deep down the next morning I would find you ironing out the details and not in the lounge rearranging a highly classified piece of code on an unsecure laptop. Work hard, Layla, and forget about one day moving to the Animus project. Focus on the challenges of the Historical Research Division. They are tailored for you. Perhaps one day, if you change your ways, I'll reach out again, just as I did in Berkeley. But until then, I ask you to respect my decision and stop calling me. And the subject is farewell, Layla. Something tells me there are some nasty things going on with the subjects, and that's why they don't want her. I could be wrong, though. From LH, from Layla's son, to Ashraf and Zanib Hassan. Hey. Draft not sent. Hey Mom, hey Dad. It's been a while. I hope you're doing okay. And my overprotective brothers, too. My next assignment is taking me to Egypt. I'm leaving tomorrow. And, well, it made me think of you. Of course, I'm not supposed to disclose any of my mission details, but you know how bad I am with rules. Going back to Egypt, I don't know. It feels right. I wanted you to know. I'm not sure it'll make you happy, but everything's falling into place, it seems. You never forgave me for dropping out of Berkeley. But in the end, I got a place at Abstergo. I got to make a name for myself. So yeah, I thought maybe you'd like to know that. I could fly back for a visit when I come back. We could invite Rami and Caden and talk like adults. Well, maybe not Caden. I'm still not sure he knows how to adult. And I could tell you all about my trip. And something else I've been working on. Not sure you'd approve, but I think I'm on the brink of something big. And if I can just show you, you'll understand why I left Berkeley like I did. Being stubborn is the best thing you could wish on a daughter, Dad, I promise. Yeah, I killed the family phone 20 years ago, but because of it, and all the other appliances I might have sacrificed along the way, I can build a mean machine today. That's funny. From Layla Hassan to Rami Hassan. It's a draft. Rami. Long story short, I'm standing in the middle of Alexandra's very busy Souk district, Egypt, not Virginia, Rami. And I have no time for email etiquette. I just need you to send me this picture of Mom, the one we took in Florida while we were visiting all of the parks. I think I just found the perfect headscarf to replace the one she lost while we were on the trip years ago. Oh, and don't tell them where I am. It's a surprise. Okay. So we've gotten everything from the trash can. And I'm going to read the Gone files. Alan Rickon. I'm just going to read the Gone files and then we'll head back into the Animus. I'll read the rest of this probably in another episode. Gone files, Alan Rickon. Whoa. They're very complex. The coroner never had time to properly examine Rickon's body. Abstergo must have managed to get it back. Why did they want the corpse back so soon? Was there something they did not want the coroner to know? They put on quite the ceremony for the funeral, but they could have waited a few days. It was not like he was going anywhere. I went through Case Fisher's files, and the guy does have a few buried post-mortem reports, but nothing on Rickon. Alright, and I'll let you guys read that. Medical cause of death was lack of oxygen and aspiration of blood. Filed and archived. Alright. West London Council Coroner Service in the matter of the death of Alan Rickon. Alright, so that's just all the things on that screen. Alright, Grand Templar Hall invitation. That's the night Alan Rickon died. No one I know was invited to that assembly, not that I would have gone anyway. Too gilded for my taste, but still, what was the ceremony for and what really happened that night? In your attendance we trust. Dr. Alan Rickon addresses the Assembly, Grand Templar Hall, London, December 14th, 2016, at 9 o'clock in the evening. Channel reports on Alan Rickon's death. The media reported Rickon's death as a gas leak accident. I was able to corroborate the evidence with emergency services and the fire brigade, but the information I found on the gas pressure levels that night showed that they were pretty stable. Something doesn't add up. What is it with Abstergo's higher ups and unfortunate incidents anyways? Gas leaks shuts down West End London district, and that's just explaining it. Emergency services are still evacuating hundreds of people after a severe gas leak was reported in Holborn this evening. The incident occurred at about 9 p.m. A 35-meter cordon has been put in place. At least one fatality was reported, a man named Alan Rickon. Alright, one more. Email to Sophia Rickon. From Layla Hassan to S. Rickon, December 14th, 2016. Subject, are you okay? Sophia, I've just seen the news about your dad. Please let me know you're okay. I know you had to be there too. Still evacuating people from the district, and honestly, guess a long time. I know you told me to stop the emails, but tonight I really need to know, are you okay, Layla? Seems like she's pretty nice. Alright, Isabel Ardent. Abstergo replacement memo. Abstergo took a full year to replace Isabel. Alvaro Grammatica oversaw the operations here in the meantime. Simon Hathaway was a strange choice. I always thought Rickon and Grammatica never really appreciated his work. Yeah, he must be doing something right. After all, he's still here and he's not dead. Yet. Abstergo Operations Division. Friends, it's with great pleasure that I announce today the nomination of Mr. Simon Hathaway as head of Abstergo Industries Research Historical Division. Although almost a year has passed since he will be assisted by Miss Victoria Bibbo. Although almost a year has passed since Miss Ardent's unfortunate incident, we are confident that our long search has turned up the perfect candidate to pilot the future of the division. Mr. Hathaway presented me with some innovative hypotheses which could shake up the direction of the division. I ask you to assist him in any way possible so he can make a division, or we can make his vision a success for us all. Submitted by Alan Rickon, Chief Executive Officer. Well, he died after he did. Alright, Isabel Ardent. Email to Alvaro Grammatica. Isabel Ardent found something and Grammatica went through a lot to make sure the email was destroyed. 80,000 years ago, strange architectural shapes and humanoids. What on earth is she talking about, and where is the Standish sample today? I assume it's destroyed. Alvaro. I hope you're sitting down. Code was extracted from Standish sample last week. Total video we have amounts to barely 2.7 seconds at 60 FPS from a total of blank memory. I don't know what that is, memories. But even with this obscure sample, I'm already getting butterflies. I assume these are like crossed out words, or coded words or something. Censored words, I think, actually. I pulled one frame from the video to show you how mangled the data is, but even at this quality, some striking details emerge. Note that blank figures, a full 20 inches taller on average than the humanoids nearby. The architectures look like some combination of Sumerian, Egyptian, and Babylonian. Metals they're using are blank alloys. Elsewhere we see stranger architectural shapes. These structures have no modern precedent anywhere in the world, though the memory's geostamp gives us a location southwest of the blank. I assume like Euphrates River or something. Unfortunately, most of the geostamps on these images are confusing. Some point to a location in modern Jordan some 80,000 years ago, others to a few locations in blank and Ethiopia. Eritrea maybe, Somaliland, but so far we haven't been able to nail anything down with much precision. Archive crawler was not able to reconstruct cluster data with integrity. Isabel Ardent, the channel reports on Ardent's death. Prominent scholar electrocuted in Buckingham Palace. I know Abstergo well enough to suspect they weren't doing this out of charity. The Restoration gave historical research unprecedented access to Buckingham Palace, but what was Ardent doing there? What was she looking for? They never told us what really happened to her, and let's face it, the official version doesn't make any sense. What was so delicate that she couldn't send a stream through normal channels? The channel. London Metro. Prominent scholar electrocuted in Buckingham Palace. Non-historian Isabel Ardent met an unlikely end while conducting restoration work in one of Buckingham Palace's newly reopened rooms. Wiring dating from the first electrification of the palace through the 1880s seems to be at the source of the incident. During World War II, many of the palace's 775 rooms were closed off for security reasons, and Abstergo's Historical Research Division just recently offered the Crown Estate to reorganize and oversee the blank. So, Isabel Ardent and Alan Rickon. Now let's do Oliver Garneau. Or Olivier Garneau. Olivier/Oliver. Yeah, it's Olivier Garneau. Was alive and well in Chicago in 2014, even if his disappearance was reported way back in 2013. If his money trail is to be believed, he was dining alone in 2014. Who on earth orders an extra country gravy? Quinkeys, 480 North Michigan Avenue, Chicago, Illinois, 60611. Telephone 773-555-2420. 1 soup lobster chowder, 1 sparkling water, 1 chicken pot pie with country gravy, 1 sweet potato fries, side of mayo, 1 Zinfandel California glass, I assume that's wine or something, 1 filter coffee, warm milk on the side, 1 Georgia mud pie, whipped cream, extra cherries. Waiter David R. on May 25th, 2014 at 8:11 p.m. Service charge is not included. This is not a receipt. Okay. Olivier Garneau, Chicago CCTV footage. I'll admit it's hard to know what is going on in the scene, but from what I could tell from the CCTV footage, the plates matched Olivier Garneau's car rental. It does look like him, but well, that's not his best angle to say the least. It's all speculation, of course, because the official version is that he never made it to Chicago. I think that's him. So there are only 2 for him. Now let's see. Desmond Miles. There's 5. Desmond Miles. Abstergo's preliminary medical report. Subject 17's initial medical report after a team picked him up in New York City and flew him over to the Abstergo campus in Rome. He was fit and cleared for the Animus in September 2012, willingly collaborating in the project. Yet he was found dead 3 months later in a cave in upstate New York, apparently on the run. What happened to him? Why did he leave? I don't think he was willing if that happened. Subject 17. Patient has no active complaints, no active distress, no prior history. Blood pressure normal, 112/78. Primary blood analysis, no significant traces of chemicals that could lead to neurological disorder. No indication that patient would be prone to neurosis. Unlike previous subjects, patient is psychologically stable. You are cleared to proceed. Damien Saravakos. Sorry, I know I butchered that. Desmond Miles wanted poster. Abstergo had a thing for Desmond. They went for him specifically. The team was assigned to pick up a person of interest in September 2012 in Washington Square Park, and even take him back to the Philly office. They flew him directly to Dr. Warren Vidic in Rome. If that's not some serious interest, I don't know what is. Have you seen this man, Desmond Miles, age 25, height 6 foot, weight 195 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. Last seen September 1st, 2012, near Washington Square Park, wearing white hoodie and dark jeans. If you have any information, please contact us at number crossed out. Subject 17's post-mortem report. Date May 9th, 2014. Dug these out from Case Fisher's files. Proof that Desmond's DNA found its way back to Abstergo after all. How did he die, and what's with those burns on his arm? What's up with those burns on his arm, sorry? Yeah, his hand is totally scorched. Name, Desmond Miles. Subject, ID, subject 17. Status, deceased. Oops, didn't mean to do that. I think I pressed the store button on accident. Whoa. Title, last emails from W. Miles to D. Miles. William Miles' final messages to his son Desmond. Miles Sr. was in Cairo when Abstergo found him. Looks like Subject 17 busted him out of our Italian facility a few days before he died. From William Miles to Desmond Miles. I know. Surprised if Cross is already there. They're looking for these things down left and right, but we don't have a lot of options. If there's a chance to grab the last power source, we've got to take it. I'll promise I'll be careful. I've been fighting these bleeps since before you were born. Literally. They're going to be here soon. From William Miles to Desmond Miles. Subject, I'm sorry. And that subject was, don't worry. Trapped me in this damn museum. Should have taken more precautions. I'm sorry, son. It wasn't fair for me to come down on you the way I did. You never asked for any of this, and I should have been more understanding. I hope you can forgive me. I love you. Interesting. William Miles held captive at Abstergo. Security footage from Warren Vidic's office a few days before Subject 17's death. It's hard to tell, but I'm pretty sure it's William Miles, Desmond's father. Why did Abstergo detain him? Interesting. Alright, so we've seen the Gone files. I'm probably going to look over the mails, the Historical Research Division, another time. I am going to read the Empirical Truth, though. The Empirical Truth, Sepher Odd. Actually, it's nothing in there. Some Project Animus Design. Nothing there. Bayek Notes. There's something on Bayek Notes. It worked. It worked. I mean, the side effects suck, but my portable Animus is up and running. See what I did, Sophia? So, I don't know how long I was in there, but it was long enough. But I think this, what was it again? Medier, like a cop or a sheriff. Note to self, look this up, find a good description. Bayek could be a member of this Brotherhood of Assassins, same as the other subjects Abstergo has been studying. List of things so far. This man is just about as stubborn as I am. He's good at talking to people and fighting too. People see him as a protector and defender. His community admires and respects him. He is the shadow when it comes to not being seen. Yeah, I guess he fits the profile in part, but I wonder. He's got the tortured soul thing down pat. Hell bent on vengeance and all that stuff. He's got his own thing going on. I could feel it as though it were me, which I guess it was for a while. This is so weird. His feelings. So much anger, sadness, and hate. So much guilt. Anyway, I need more information. Aya. I remember that name coming up. I remember the flutter in Bayek's stomach when he heard it. Maybe she's the answer. Only one way to find out. Dee's gonna love this. I have a feeling that there's going to be more Bayek's notes, Edaug and Animus design. Alright, so we have the documentation, Animus guide, and field briefing, and mail left. Let's just see how much there is. Alright. I am not going to bother reading that today. I'll probably read the rest of that later. Is it going to be the same thing? Yeah. So no more painkillers left, obviously, for her. See, anything else I can interact with? What's this? Wonder what that is. Interact.
Dee never puts in enough snacks.
Well, that was some pretty interesting stuff that I read. I'm sorry if I read a bit fast. I was just trying to get through it as much as possible. I want to see if there's anything more.
Come forth by day, and I will guide you home.
Who are you talking to?
Bayek's mummy.
Real chatterbox, that one.
Okay, so it's just the same kind of line. I wonder, can I leave through here? Yeah, I can. It's still a cave with artificial lighting. Let's interact with this stuff and then I'm end it here.
Good job, Layla.
Wow, a lot of artificial light in these caves. Is that daylight? There's some daylight through there. Wow. This definitely took some time to set up. I wonder if I can leave. Oh yeah, so again, so here we are in Egypt. Got the truck, we got a tire. Notes, looks like some water. Oppressive heat. Alright, so let's head back and we'll go back into the Animus. And then I think that's going to end it for now. I wonder, do I have like that sight thingy? Nope, I don't. Can I jump? No, I can't. Alright. So this was a pretty decent length episode. Ooh, what's over here? Nothing. Definitely an ancient tunnel. Looks like it's held up by old supports, either that or new supports that were installed. Feeling some of these are new supports. Alright, I think that's everything for now that I'm going to do. Let's interact. Let's return to the Animus. Maybe in a future episode, actually, I will go back and read more of that stuff. But for now, I am not reading anymore. I'm too much talking. Alright. Make sure that if you guys want to comment stuff like advice, suggestions, or pronunciation guides, all is welcome. If you guys want to maybe like an hour special sometime, if we can get 5 likes on the very first episode, or on the episode where I put it in the description, I will definitely do a hour special along the line. Alright. And then once, so for the next episode, we're going to explore that crypt that we were in, and do the rest of the side quests. We're going to explore, maybe take out a whole bunch of Greeks, and I think that should be everything. See you guys next time.